Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Heather's Pampered Chef party. I hope you guys have been enjoying seeing all of the tips and tricks that we've been sharing with you over the last couple of days to help make mealtime easy. So I know one of the things I keep hearing frequently is that time is always a really a concern when it comes to getting dinner on the table. So I don't know about you, but I love recipes that are very quick and simple. My favorite kinds of things to do are things that are all done in one pot. So what I wanted to show you guys tonight was something that you can throw together very quickly and easily, but really kind of still packs a wow punch for dinner. So we are going to be making a lemon pepper chicken rice casserole. So let's just get cooking and I'll show you guys what we're going to do. So first up today, we're going to be using one of our satin glazed stoneware pieces. These are partially glazed, and so what that means is when you look inside and in the bottom, of course, it is unglazed, as well as on the bottom. And this is so that it continues to have all of the benefits of stoneware or unglazed stoneware. So it's going to cook evenly. If you are not familiar, first of all, with our stoneware line, let me tell you, this is one of the most versatile pieces of cookware that you can own. So the stoneware cooks evenly, first of all. What is going to happen in a piece of stoneware, whether it's a bakeware, whether it's one of our flat stones, is it is going to brown and crisp beautifully your food while still maintaining the moisture inside of it. You can use these in the oven. You can use them in the microwave. So they're a versatile piece of cookware. Now you can even put them in the dishwasher. Now, if you're like me and you've had stoneware for a very long time, I can't quite bring myself to do that because it didn't used to be dishwasher safe, but now it is. So it makes it super easy cleanup too. However, I want you to know that stoneware is actually super easy to maintain. So when you get a piece of stoneware, it also comes with a little scraper just like this. Handy for a million other things too. But with a little hot water and your scraper, it cleans up beautifully. So it's a matter of preference. But for those of you, sorry, I'm getting a little bit of the hiccups, but for those of you who love to be able to put things in the dishwasher, I just want to let you know that you can. So we're going to be using the 9x13, and this is the deep dish covered baker, obviously, because it has a lid. So one of the nice things about the covered baker, besides doing like a roasted chicken beautifully, is that when you have a recipe like this, that typically if you were going to make it in another baker, it's going to tell you to put it in the oven covered in foil. Well, you don't have to do that. You can put the lid right on here, saves the foil, plus it maintains all of that moisture in what you're cooking so that it's going to be absolutely delicious and browned perfectly. So let's get going. So we're going to mix a few things directly in our pan, because if we don't need to mess up another dish, then let's not do that, right? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is put our soup, our broth, and our mustard in the 9x13 baker, or the deep dish baker. So the first thing I have here is in one of our measure-all cups, and this is 1 cup of chicken broth. What's cool about these, and like I said, I'm just going to put it directly in the container here, is that you can measure your liquid measures on one side, and on the other side, you can use it for your dry measures. What's really great about this is it comes out clean, so if you have things like ketchup or honey or peanut butter, things that I always call kind of ooey gooey sticky, they're really great in the measure-all cup because it comes out of your container clean and pretty easily. So, and of course, it's dishwasher safe, always a bonus, right? So we are going to do 1 cup of chicken broth, and then we are going to use 1 can of cream of celery soup. Now I want you to know the recipe actually calls for cream of mushroom soup. I always use cream of celery because it's just as good, but more importantly than that, I'm actually allergic to mushrooms. So know that you can use this with cream of mushroom, but it works just as well with the cream of celery. So if you don't have one on hand, you can certainly use the other. What I want to show you is our smooth edge can opener. Everybody needs one of these if you don't already have them. So ours works a little bit differently. hopefully you can see this on camera. I'm going to move it to maybe where you can see it better. Instead of going on the side like a lot of can openers do, ours goes directly on the top, just like that. So you're going to just turn it around. The other thing I want you to notice is how sturdy that is. It is really secure on there. It's not going anywhere. But these are really safe. It's not going to have any of those sharp edges or anything on them. The other thing you need to notice, because it is hooked on here, once it goes all the way around, the way to release it, just turn it counterclockwise, just a notch, and you're good to go. On the ends, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's these little beakers that allow you to lift the lid off super easily. And just like that, you have a very safe to touch can with no sharp edges. So everybody needs one of our can openers. And you get a spatula so we can make sure we get all that out of the can. All right. Looks good. I'm going to put that over here. And then we needed, I believe, 2 tablespoons of a Dijonais mustard. I actually have stone ground, so again, that's what we're going to use. I don't want people to think that when you look at a recipe, just because you don't have the exact ingredients that it calls for, in this case stone ground mustard instead of Dijonais, that you can't make it. I'm all about using what you already have, so substitutions are totally okay. You don't have to run to the store just to get a particular brand of soup or mustard. What you have will work just fine. All right, so 2 tablespoons of Dijonais or whatever kind of mustard you have on hand, right? I'm going to set that aside. And then we are just going to whisk this together. So I'm going to grab a whisk. These little guys, if you haven't seen them already, these are called our whisk tongs. So I love anything that multitasks. Always a big plus for me. So we can use this as a whisk like I'm going to. And you see this little button? You just push it down and now they become tongs. Awesome for flipping things. I love this with stir fry because I can get the little pieces of meat and toss them around and they get caught up in here. You can use these for eggs, like if you're hard boiling eggs or whatever, you can get the eggs out of there really easy. It holds them nicely, so I love these things. They are safe, obviously, because they're nylon, so they're not going to scratch your nonstick cookware. So you don't have to worry about that, and they're dishwasher safe. But we're going to put that back together as one piece, and we're just going to use it as a whisk, and we're just going to whisk this up. Like I said, I love tools that multitask, and this one, I can't remember if it was this fall or maybe it was last spring we got this whisk, but I love this guy. One of my favorite tool. I have a lot of favorites. You're going to hear that from me, though. I have a lot of favorites. All right, so that is all whisked up. And then to this, we are gonna add, and I've already got it over here for you, is right about a pound, this is maybe 1.25 pounds of diced up chicken breast. Now, if you already had some leftover chicken, for instance, from another night, a day or two ago, you could dice up that leftover chicken and you could put that in here too. The only thing that you would want to do is just reduce your cook time a little bit because your chicken's already cooked. But again, use up those leftovers in here, which would make this even easier because your meat's already ready to go, right? Or you can use fresh chicken just like this. All right, so we're going to put that in there. So we have our chicken. Then we are going to use a cup of instant rice. So that's going to help cut down on that cook time when you're using the instant rice. So we're going to use one of our measuring cups. And we're just going to do 1 cup-ish. That's what's nice about cooking versus baking. It doesn't have to be exact. Baking very much needs to be exact, right? All right, so rice. We're going to use broccoli. We're going to use about 1 pound. This is a 2-pound bag, so we're not going to use all of that. I'm going to show you another fun tool. These are our little clip slicers. So they're magnetic, they hook onto your fridge. I had some recipes attached to it. It's got a little clip so you can use it as a bag clip. But in addition to all that, if you see here on the bottom, that extra piece is actually a slicer. So you can take bags like this instead of, like, I don't know, for instance, cereal, when you open them sometimes and they kind of go and explode. you can use this little slicer and just put it in here, slide it across, and it opens up your bag super easy, just like that. I'm going to put this back up here, holding my recipes on the fridge. Okay, we're going to use about half a bag or 1 pound of broccoli florets that we're just going to put in here. So I'm just going to eyeball half this bag, maybe a little bit more. All right, that's plenty. All right, we're going to put that over here for now, and we'll come back to that. And I'm going to mix that into the rice and the chicken that we've already got going on. We'll come back to that. All right, and now we got a couple more things that are going in here. So a couple of tools that I would love to show you guys. So I'm going to move this out of the way just for a minute. Move our cheese grater out of the way. And we're going to chop up a bell pepper. So the recipe, now we've got the broccoli, the rice, the chicken broth, your cream soup, and oh, where did it go? Here it goes. Like, where did it go? I'm going to show you guys the quick slice tool. So we're going to add a bell pepper. So really quick, we've got 1 bell pepper, and I'm just going to slice this into chunks so that we can seed it. This little quick slice can work for all kinds of vegetables. It can even work for tomatoes. It can work for like a whole ball of mozzarella that you might want to slice up. All kinds of things, but we are going to use it for our bell peppers tonight. And we do want to dice our bell peppers, so let me show you. This has a rocking motion. It comes in 2 pieces, just like this. So it is dishwasher safe. This is just the little piece on the bottom that you can take off. It just catches all of the loose pieces. So this is also super good if you guys like fajita nights, especially in the summer when you're going to put fajitas on the grill. Yum, yum. This is a really, really quick and easy way to cut all those onions and bell peppers up. So you're just going to put that in there with the cut side up, right? And we're just going to rock it back and forth, just like that. And you're going to see how quickly and easily, oops, dropping peppers, hopefully you guys can see that on camera, that it slices those up. Now, you can also take them, like I'm going to do, and we're going to turn the slices rather. I just picked them up. You try to turn them the other direction, and we're going to put them right back in here. And then you're going to have perfectly diced pieces of bell pepper. Super quick and easy, really good for meal prep. So we're going to toss those in here, and I'm going to finish chopping them up. Okay. This is dishwasher safe as well. So think eggs, tomatoes, mozzarella cheese balls, peppers, onions, strawberries, you name it. This thing is perfect. Okay. Like I said, dishwasher safe. So this is called our quick slice. All right, this piece, we're going to chop that end off here, just like that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut up this last little piece. Use all of our bell pepper up. All right, there we go. Easy, easy. One escaped over there, 2 escaped. Okay. All right, now we've got our bell pepper in there. And then we are going to add 8 ounces of grated cheese. So we're going to move that aside. Oh, really quick while I have it out, let's talk about our knives. So this one that I just used right here, well, you can see it on camera, these are our coated knives. So these they all come with covers. Hold on, let me go show you that because they're super sharp. One of the things I love about Pampered Chef is they really do tend to keep safety in mind. So a lot of our things have guards like this quick slicer you just saw, so that when you're storing your tools, you're not going to cut yourself. So they do have covers that come with our coated knives. These are super sharp. They glide through everything. They are dishwasher safe, and they come at a really great price point. You could get these as an entire set of knives. This the Santoku knife size, but I love these. These are great starter knives if you're not really ready to invest in a lifetime knife that can be pretty expensive. Maybe you just don't like to wash dishes, so the easy care of the coated knives would be for you. Maybe you have someone in college that needs a set of knives, and these might be better because they're not going to treat the other ones maybe quite so nice. Or maybe you're ready for those lifetime investments, and then you want to look at our lifetime knives. These are our German forged steel. They are fully tanged. They are all one piece. They are evenly balanced. Like I said, it's German steel. These are going to last you a lifetime, and they are guaranteed for a lifetime. If you see those little notches on the side, what these do is they create little air pockets as you're slicing through your things. And what it does, it just allows your knife to just glide beautifully. Again, these are lifetime warranty knives. They are going to last you forever if you take care of them. They are hand wash only. So both sets, whether you like our coated knives or whether you like our lifetime warranty, are beautiful. I enjoy both of them equally. I use both of them equally. I'm showing you the difference in the Santoku knife in both the different styles. So it really comes down to what you're looking for and what your preference is. I clearly have both in my kitchen, and I use both all the time. My children who don't like to do dishes tend to gravitate towards these coated knives. When I'm doing a lot of meal prep, I really like the good solid steel knives. But both are fantastic. I have no complaints about either one. It really comes down to preference. So if you have any more questions about the different types of knives that we carry, please just let me know. All right, let's put that back in the block behind us. And let's talk graters. So this is our coarse grater, and our flexible cutting mat, as you see, is, let me show you another one as opposed to the one I have stuff on. Let me pull that out for you. Our flexible cutting mats, these are cutting mats, obviously. They bend. What's really cool about this is when you're chopping up your food and stuff, you can just kind of bend them and then pour them directly into your containers. They are dishwasher safe. They have a non-stick back to them, so they stay securely. As you saw, it was hard for me to move that on the counter. But they're also really slim and trim, and they take up no space. So it's easy to pull these out, throw them in the dishwasher. I have a couple sets of these, and I love them in my kitchen. But these, like I said, they come as a set of 3, are flexible cutting mats. And anyway, that's what that is. So as a distraction from our cutters. So this is our, can you see that up close? This is the coarse grater. So obviously it opens completely flat like this. So the advantage to that are 2 things. Number 1, you can put this directly in the dishwasher top rack. Super easy. You don't have to clean it. I love that. Anything that gets us in and out of the kitchen quicker, right? It also means that you can take a container and you can grate directly over your bowl, directly over whatever you're preparing without necessarily having to dirty another dish. You use that little button in the back, and you can lock it into place so that you can grate it directly on your board as well. What did I do? Maybe I put it back in here. They do come with a cover. Again, these are sharp. It makes them fantastic graters, but they are sharp. It does come with a plastic cover to cover it. So when it is in your drawer, you're not going to cut yourself. I want to show you this one really quick. This is the smaller one. This is the zester. Okay, first of all, I want you to notice they both are going to fold up just like this so they don't take up that much space in your drawers. Does the same thing, opens up. But this one's like the microplane. So think lemon zest, lime zest, nutmeg, ginger, garlic, hard cheeses like Parmesan. That's kind of what you're going to do with this one. And this one's more of your coarse grater. So it's just a little bit with the differences. But we do have them both. And I use both of them constantly. We also have what I call the knuckle protector. So this little piece glides over the edge so that when you get down to those smaller pieces of cheese that you're grating, you don't have to get your fingers anywhere near these and accidentally cut yourself, which I may or may not have done more than once. So you put your little pieces of cheese in here. This is your pusher that you push on top. It kind of pushes the cheese down so you get every last bit of that cheese. So that is what that is for. Again, safety first, right? I have a big chunk of cheese. This is a way that you guys can save money in your kitchen. that I'm going to grate up. This is mozzarella, by the way. I tend to buy cheese when it's on sale, and I buy the big containers of it. I'm always looking for ways to save money. If you didn't know this, cheese freezes beautifully. So whether you keep it in a block or whether you shred it, it'll freeze absolutely fantastic. So one way that you can really save money in your food budget is to freeze, get these bigger containers of blocks, shred them up, and freeze them yourself. And as you can see, it is super easy to do. The other thing is, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's actually fillers in those pre-shredded bags of cheese. So if you'll notice, it looks nice inside the container, right? Remember, we're doing about 8 ounces, so I'm just about halfway there. It's all pre-shredded and those nice individual strands in the bag, but the reason it's not clumping together is they put something in there to keep it from doing that. Well, we don't need those extras in our food, but those so number one, we don't want to eat it for that reason, but number two, those fillers that they put in there to keep it separated so it doesn't clump together in the bag and doesn't look bad or whatever, those same things keep it from melting nicely in your food as well. So if you've ever noticed sometimes that pre-bagged stuff is just not melting very nice, that's why. It's because it's got fillers in there to keep it from doing that. So it's always good and a time saver with these tools and a money saver on your budget to just shred your own cheese. If you ask my son, he'll tell you it tastes better. I'm not entirely sure. I think there's a different taste to it, but he's convinced it does. Okay, so we're gonna, one more thing, the lemon pepper part. So we're gonna add our seasoning to this as well. Let's see how much it says here. 1 tablespoon. So we are gonna use our lemon pepper seasoning. If you guys have not, I don't know if you're familiar with this or not, but Pampered Chef has an entire line of pantry products. So we have all kinds of seasonings, rubs, we have a couple soups, we have meal mixes, we have infused oils, we have syrups, flavored syrups, we have bread mixes, all kinds of stuff. So if you have not checked that out, I encourage you to. If you are flipping through the physical or the digital catalog rather, you want to flip to the very last couple of pages. It's where you'll find our pantry line. If you are looking online at the shopping link, you just need to type in pantry and all those things will pop up. The other thing that I want to point out is for those of you who may need to be gluten-free, many of our seasonings, as is this one, are gluten-free. Not 100% of them, but I'd say at least 75% of our pantry line is actually gluten-free. And in our mixes, we have a, a chocolate chip cookie mix and a brownie mix that are soy-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. So if that is you, know that we have that as well. So I highly encourage you guys to check that out. But we're going to use a tablespoon of seasoning, and a little trick too is to note that on these little bottles, the cap is actually about a tablespoon. So you can save yourself dirtying a spoon and know that the cap is a tablespoon. So we're going to put that in there. And we are just going to mix it up a little bit. I'm just going to use, whoops, or cheese mark in there. I'm a messy cook. How about you guys? It's good, but I tend to throw food around. All right, we're just going to lightly mix all this up together. And it looks really pretty with the red and the green and the seasoning. This is a really pretty dish. It's very visually appealing. And like I said, this is so easy to do, especially if you've already prepped or used leftover chicken or prepped your peppers and stuff ahead of time. This takes 5 minutes to throw together. No big deal. All right. So that is all we're going to do with this part. I have preheated an oven behind us to 425. If you did not have our dish covered baker that you were using, at this point in time, you do want to cover it with foil. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven actually. Beep, 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 beep. This puppy. Okay. All right, and we are going to set a timer on that for 35 minutes. All right. Then Actually, I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to finish grating that up and put it in the freezer so I can save the rest of it. But when that comes out, we are actually going to put a topping on top of it. So what I have right here is 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is one, oops, I knew that was going down. All right, this is one of our silicone bowls, okay? These come as a set of 3 and the lid just fell on the floor. But they do have 3 lids. And we have a 1 cup, which is what I have here, a 2 cup, and a 3 cup. Excuse you. All right? So these are freezer safe, microwave safe, and dishwasher safe. So we're gonna put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Actually, I shouldn't have started that timer, huh? About 30 seconds and we're gonna melt that butter. I absolutely love this for melting butter because it does not, you're not getting cheese. Anybody else have a dog that likes cheese? All gone, no cheese. Look, cheese all gone. All gone. Anyway, they do not splatter. When you put butter in here, it's my favorite tool to use because it doesn't splatter all over your microwave. These are perfect for leftovers, for melting chocolate, all kinds of things. So what I have in here, Miss Rhea, sorry, she's not being very nice, is an entire sleeve of Ritz crackers. Okay, so I am just put them in a Ziploc bag and I'm just going to crush them up. Look. I'm going to crush them up, Ray, just like that. Easy, easy, right? We're going to crush those up. And we're going to stop barking. And then we're going to pour the 2 tablespoons of melted butter in here. Just like that. And then we are going to take 1 more teaspoon of that lemon pepper seasoning. And I've got our adjustable measuring spoons is what I've been using. So this has a measure from 1 teaspoon all the way down to 1/4. Our one over here, our tablespoon actually is the other adjustable measuring spoon I was using. Miss Rhea. Goodness. All right. So we're going to put a teaspoon of that in here and we're just going to mix the whole thing up. The whole thing up. You know, she's been snacking all day. You'd think we never fed her. Being ornery. So when that comes out of the oven in 35 minutes, you are going to take the lid off and then you are going to top your dish with your topping and you are going to put it back in the oven without a cover on it for the next 10 more minutes. So it's going to have a total cook time of 45 minutes. So I'm going to let you go since my dog is being ornery, but if you guys have any questions this week, I hope that you will reach out. I hope you guys have been having fun and enjoying seeing some of the different recipes and tools and tips that we've been talking about this week. You guys have until Friday to place your orders. If you need any links, I think I have sent them all to you in private messages, so be sure to check that out. And if you can't find it, reach out to myself or reach out to Heather. If you would love to have your own party just like this one, hopefully without a barking dog, please let me know. I'd love to help you with that as well. We have an amazing Hostess Rewards program. So have a good afternoon, and I will talk to you soon.